sun had barely dipped below the horizon when the crackle of gunfire shattered the evening peace. It was July 2014, and Aisha, barely 19, was preparing dinner for her younger siblings when the nightmare began. Boko Haram fighters stormed the town with rage and fire, leaving behind smoke, blood, and silence. Aisha tried to run, clutching her 5-year-old sister's hand, but they were separated in the chaos. She never saw her again. The fighters rounded up the women, those who didn't escape, and those who couldn't. Aisha was among them. She was thrown into the back of a pickup truck, her face streaked with tears, her heart thumping with confusion and terror. They drove for hours into the forest, deep into darkness that swallowed time and hope. In the camp, she was kept under strict watch, stripped of her dignity and freedom. Weeks turned into months. She was eventually forced into a marriage with one of the fighters, Ali. He was rough, but not as cruel as the others. Aisha bore his child, a baby girl with wide brown eyes and a quiet spirit. Born under the harshest of conditions, in a tattered tent with nothing but old clothes and the trembling hands of another captive to help her through. She named her Zarah, meaning flower, in a desperate attempt to plant some beauty in her bleak world. 28 months later, the military raided the camp. There was gunfire everywhere, screaming, crying. Aisha clutched Zarah tightly to her chest and prayed. When it was over, Ali was dead, his body riddled with bullets. Aisha didn't mourn him, not really. She felt numb. The soldiers rounded up survivors. Aisha was taken, along with other captives, to Maiduguri. But instead of freedom, she found herself in a detention center, barred, questioned, watched. To them, she was not just a victim. She was Matan Boko Haram, Boko Haram's wife. They didn't care that she was taken by force, that she lost her innocence, a family, a name. After months, she was released and transferred to an internally displaced persons IDP camp in Mafa. Her welcome was cold. The other women whispered when she passed. The men stared with suspicion. Children pointed. Even the aid workers, those who came to help, often avoided her gaze. Her presence was a stain. Zarah, now 3, played quietly in the dirt. Outside their small tent, Aisha spent most of her days sitting in silence, wrapped in an old scarf, staring at nothing. Her body was thin, her cheeks sunken, and her eyes, once full of life, now hollow. She rarely spoke. When she did, her voice was soft and slow, as if every word had to climb over a mountain of pain. She avoided the camp gatherings, the food distribution lines when they got too crowded, the laughter of others. She was a ghost among the living, surviving on aid, pity, and shame. She had no one. Her parents were likely dead. Her village was still unsafe. Her child was a living reminder of the horror, and yet the only reason she woke up every morning. Zarah often tugged at her mother's dress, asking for food, for stories, for attention. Aisha tried, but her soul was too tired. Sometimes at night, she would cry quietly, burying her face in the thin mattress to muffle the sound. She cried for the sister she lost, the girl she used to be, the freedom she would never truly know again. She once dreamed of becoming a teacher. Now, all she hopes for is to make it to the next day. To the world, Aisha is just another displaced woman in a forgotten camp. But behind her silence lies a tale of unimaginable suffering, survival, and strength. Still, she waits.